On Thursday, December 11th, students gathered in CSI 124 for an interactive discussion on managing stress, led by psychology professor Dr. Claffey. The event offered pizza, soda, and coloring pages to create a comfortable environment as students prepared for the pressures of finals week. Professor Claffey began by addressing the many sources of stress that college students commonly face. She noted that exams, deadlines, and major projects are typical academic stressors. However, she also pointed out that stress often builds from personal areas of life as well, including relationships, family responsibilities, work schedules, and health concerns. Many students agreed that stress doesn't usually come from just one place, but several at once. To help students understand stress more deeply, Claffey presented a slideshow and shared a formal definition of stress as the process whereby an individual responds to events that they appraise as overwhelming or threatening to their well-being. She emphasized how perception plays a major role in whether an event becomes stressful. To illustrate this, she gave an example involving a fight with a best friend. She explained that one person may feel stressed because, as she said, you may not know where the relationship stands. Another person might feel less stressed because you can perceive that you will get through this and that you will still have that solid connection. Claffey also introduced the Perceived Stress Scale by Cohen, explaining that it helps individuals measure how stressful life feels overall. The discussion then shifted on how the body responds to stress. Claffey described the acute stress response and explained that your body will have an immediate acute stress response when faced with a short-term threat. She then talked about the general adaptation syndrome, which included 3 stages: the alarm reaction, the resistance stage, and the exhaustion stage. After outlining these stages, she remarked, "Stress is scary," which led into a conversation about coping strategies. Dr. Claffey introduced the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the body's rest and digest system. She explained that its purpose is to recover and return to that state of balance which would counteract that fight or flight response. She offered several simple techniques that can activate this system, including slow breathing, drinking something warm, stretching, mindfulness, and meditation. Students also had the chance to share their own stress relief methods. Some mentioned using fidget toys, while others said they like to read or take a quiet moment to themselves. The group also discussed the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique, which uses the senses to help calm the mind by bringing attention back to the present moment. By the end of the session, students left with a clearer understanding of what stress is and several practical tools to help manage it throughout the final season and beyond.